I built a comic wall in under $10 and I regret not doing it sooner. Today, I'm finally building the comic book wall I've been telling myself I would do for months. And I'm doing it for under $10. I've been filming videos without a proper background, and honestly, it's time. I've wanted a comic wall forever, especially for the background of my videos, but I keep putting it off. I don't want to drill holes, and I don't want to spend a lot of money for frames, and I just never made time to do it. And before you ask, I'm gonna beat you to it. Yes, I keep my comics in a shoebox. Don't judge me. I mainly only read trades or online, so I don't have too many single issues, but keeping them in a shoebox kind of seems illegal. But I figured if I'm gonna own these, I might as well see them. If you collect comics and want a clean display without having to damage your comics, this is exactly how I did it. And for today, the wall of our choosing is behind door number 1. Ta-da! I picked this wall because I can cover the comics with my door while it's open. Since sunlight can fade covers over time and I'll be rotating these weekly anyway, I'm not too worried about it. These are clear command hooks. They cost me a total of maybe $10, no nails, no damages, and they hold comics perfectly. Besides the hooks, there are a few tools that make this way easier. You'll want a measuring tape, a pencil or pen to mark your spacing, and some tape to map everything out on the wall. And if you really want everything perfectly straight, grab a level. Before you stick anything on the wall, make sure to measure your space and decide how many comics you actually want on your wall. I'm doing a 30 by 40 inch area, so I can fit about 3 rows with 3 comics in each row, so 9 comics in total. You want to measure evenly so everything lines up perfectly. If your spacing is a little off, that's okay, because mine is too. Mark where each hook is gonna go. I chose to do 3 hooks per comic, so 1 on top and 2 on the bottom. To get nice even spacing, start by mapping out your full display area. Measure the total width and height you want your comic wall to be. I actually taped my measuring tape directly onto the wall so I could see the height clearly while planning. Next, find the center point of your width. Mark the middle, then place your center comic first. This makes it way easier to build everything out and evenly from there. Once your middle comic is mapped out, measure how much space you want between each comic. I left about 4.5 inches between each one horizontally and about 3 inches between rows vertically. I drew light lines to outline where each comic would sit, then used small dots to mark exactly where the hooks needed to go. Lines are for placement, dots are for hooks. Before sticking anything permanently, test a comic in the hooks to make sure the spacing actually looks right. I had a couple older comics that were slightly shorter and they threw off the alignment, so I had to swap them out. If you're doing multiple rows, just find the center of the full height and repeat the same process. Measure your vertical spacing carefully so everything lines up clean. After placing the hooks, firmly press for about 30-ish seconds. Then just slide your comic into the hooks. You can organize your comics in whatever way you want. By the character, the author, the artist, it's really up to you. I decided to lightly color coordinate mine just a little bit. You totally don't have to, but in my opinion, it looks a little cleaner. My top row has my pink tone covers, my middle row has my reddish tone colors, and my bottom row is just my darker kind of blue colors. And that's literally it. You just repeat this until your desired amount. And this is the final result. It only cost me $10 and I could rotate these weekly and it'll look completely different. And now I have a background for my videos. It feels a lot more like me. If you've been putting off making a comic wall like I have, just do it. It's cheap, it's easy, and it makes your space seem a lot more personal. And please, let me know I'm not the only one that keep my comics in a shoebox.